first question is related to Hong Kong. How do you see the protest in Hong Kong so far? Because it has lasted more than 2 months and has caused much trouble to both Hong Kong and also Chinese government.
Yes, it is sad that this has gone on in Hong Kong. You know, I've been going to Hong Kong for 50 years, not a short amount of time, and I've seen a lot of different phases of the development of Hong Kong and the development of the relationship between Britain, Hong Kong, and China. So this time we're seeing a quite extended period of demonstrations, and I'm a bit surprised by the violence because I've never seen that before in Hong Kong, and it disappoints me because nothing successful will come from violence, and it takes people away from looking at the serious subjects that must be addressed that arise from people wanting to demonstrate. So what little I know of the demonstrations, some of the young people have a genuine concern about the price of property and the difficulty of finding homes and accommodation as they grow up and get married and want to raise families. And I can understand that, and I think the Hong Kong government needs to pay careful attention. But you know, the opportunities of Hong Kong since 1997, in fact since 1978, I've noticed that the Beijing has taken some major policy decisions to help Hong Kong. In 1981, they gave Hong Kong businessmen 30% discount on Chinese exports to help them build their businesses. Then in 1984, China gave a great help to Hong Kong by creating the Shenzhen Special Economic Zone, which enabled Chinese Hong Kong manufacturers to move their manufacturing into China and increase their businesses, work with Chinese partners, and become very dominant in the world of textiles. They were already significant, but they were facing real cost pressures. And by China enabling them to go into China and own their own businesses in China, they gave great help to Hong Kong. And then they gave even more help with the special advantages thing. It's called RCEP. Again, was another way in which China gave special advantages to Hong Kong business in the Chinese market. You know, in the last few years, we've seen that the development of Pearl River Delta has included Hong Kong as an equal partner in developing this area. And then more recently, China has included them in a revised form of regional government, which is the Greater Bay Area. And if you read the Greater Bay Area and the decision to create Shenzhen as the pilot center of socialism with Chinese characteristics, it now includes 11 or 12 cities, 75 million people. And if you look back in history, the creation of the Shenzhen Special Economic Zone was the catalyst for all the reform and opening up that happened, first of all in the coastal areas after the 4 special zones, and then in central and western China. And I'm quite sure that what is being done in the Greater Bay Area and in Shenzhen in particular is going to be the basis for all the reform and opening up through to 2035 that Xi Jinping talked about at the 19th Party Congress, through to 2049, the next centenary target. So the most exciting business opportunity in the world is in the Greater Bay Area, and Hong Kong is not helping itself by presenting itself as disunited and lacking support for the party and government in Beijing, which has brought about the amazing transformation of China over the last 40 and the last 70 years. Now, people can have different views about systems, about values, about ways of doing things, but Hong Kong is part of China. And the best way for Hong Kong people to prosper, and that is the first thing that they want to do, is to have reasonably good lives, reasonably good incomes, reasonably good homes, reasonably good education and health, is to make sure that the opportunities of Hong Kong in the Greater Bay Area are maximized. At the moment, they're harming themselves, in my opinion, and that is sad and unfortunate. And I hope that very quickly the different elements in Hong Kong can come together to enable themselves to focus on the Greater Bay Area and prosper. This is a great opportunity to increase the market for Hong Kong finance, Hong Kong rule of law, Hong Kong innovation into an area that is 7 to 8 times the size of Hong Kong. Now's the time to seize the opportunity, not to step on your toe.
How do you see?
Is there a bit of noise coming from outside? Somebody's talking?